Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Three Fools, One Brain Cells Sportscast. Alright, so we've
He
actually.
didn't choke at all saying it this time.
Nah, man.
Golf clap. Golf clap.
Not gonna
That was
happen no
very
more.
fluent. I'm proud of you.
It ain't gonna happen no more. I ain't gonna fuck it up. What you don't know is I've got a teleprompter in front of me just for that.
Oh shit, dude. We hit the big time. Got a teleprompter.
I wish.
Nah, it's flashcards.
It's his daughter holding up flashcards for him. Just
You say that, and I can see, like, her being like the 1-year-old that she is, just putting up flashcards.
that'd be fucking great, dude. It's
Alright,
like everything's just written in backwards crayon.
And if she can write, she's going to, like, get her brain tested for being a genius.
Oh, that's not where I was going with that.
Anywho, I guess we should get into our first topic, which is NFL and the $14 million dead cap space that the Buccaneers have. Womp, womp, womp.
I mean, that's what happens when you void contract.
Did it have something to do with guaranteed money or no?
I think so.
Yeah, it was that their salaries were over, so agreement was to it's on the books but not on the books, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was
Like,
kind of
it's
the same
paid
way
over.
with, when Gronk
It's
was
paid over time.
retired. He still technically was a cap hit to the Patriots until they traded him to the Bucks, which I think is dumb, but that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. So, so the 14 million is what, Mike Evans and who else?
Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
See, why wouldn't you just keep him? Because I thought he did halfway decent for him. So why wouldn't you just keep him on the team? Then it's not dead cap, would it?
Easy.
What's that?
I said that would be too easy.
Oh.
Yeah, Mike Evans and Baker Mayfield contracts voided.
Well, I could see Mike Evans leaving just because I don't think he wants to be there anymore. Which, it's like the Brady effect. All the good players want to leave now.
Yeah, I mean, that's what happens when you have the best, and then
they got that, like,
disappear.
Super Bowl itch, and now they wanted it again.
Oh, so apparently, I'm reading the Yahoo article that I sent you guys. I'm reading it again. And Anton Winfield's contract was also voided later that week.
Ooh.
So it added another $1 million plus in dead cap space.
Ooh.
So they're gonna be in, like, cap space hell here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
dead money will remain on the cap even if the players return to Tampa for the 24th season.
Also, keeping him doesn't.
Nope. Multiple reports.
If they would have renewed the contracts, they would have saved themselves $7 million.
Yeah. Evans is going free agency.
I was gonna say, Evans it was like gonna be guaranteed it was gonna end up being dead cap space because I don't think he wants to be on the team anymore.
No.
Mayfield, I guess they could have saved by, saying, hey, let's do this. And the other guy.
Yeah, but
hope you enjoyed your Super Bowls and playoff appearances, Buccaneers, because you ain't getting there no more.
not for another fucking 20 years. Shit, it was about 20 years, wasn't it?
I think, well, yeah, because it was around the time. Was it before or after the Patriots got their first Super Bowl?
It was before?
I want to say it was after. Was it after the
No,
Saints?
no. It was early 2000s.
Well, Patriots captured their first Super Bowl in like 2001.
01. Yeah, no, it was I want to say it was like 04 maybe.
Yeah, it was during my. We're talking their playoff year, right? For Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe I was in high school, so that was
2003.
between 2002 and
2003.
2006.
So they won their first Super Bowl in 2003. Yeah, it would
Yeah, because I had
it would have
I
been
had their hat.
close to like a 20-year, because it was 2020, COVID year they won
Yeah.
the Super Bowl.
Yep. Against the Chiefs.
That makes my heart warm.
It's old news.
No, it's not. It's great news talk. It's always new news talking about the Chiefs losing. But like, how do you get that 14 million? Like, how do you let that happen? Like, who's effed up and made that?
It's so they stayed under cap.
It's
money
clearly
that doesn't have to get counted towards that year's cap. So
Yeah, but it just fucks you
like
down the road. So it's just kicking the
it
ball down
does.
the road.
It's a risky business move, is what it is. And granted, yeah, it made sense at the time that they did it, but
Did
they
it though?
also weren't planning on letting him go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or letting them go, I should say. I'm sorry, I'm only referencing one.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, but like Mayfield, like you did that with Mayfield. Like
yeah,
why?
but when did it say when they made their contracts? I didn't see any. I don't know when
I
they originally signed their contracts.
don't
Because you gotta
know.
look back. When did they sign it? Who did they have? How did they look?
Yeah, I can't
You
remember
know,
who. Because he wasn't Brady's backup. I'm pretty sure. So they had just signed him, or had to have just signed him. So that was a dumb sign if they did that.
Yeah,
if they just signed him, his contract wouldn't be up already.
Not true. You can sign a 1-year deal.
true.
So
No, that's true, but I thought he's been with them longer than a year.
I mean, yeah, but still, like, even if as like a backup, so you're projecting him to go into being the starter role. So I still wouldn't do that, because it's still the thought of if he goes out and balls out and does good, he's gonna have interest from other teams. So yeah, I still wouldn't have done that. At least with him. Like Evans, he's been around and on their team for so long, I can kind of understand, but that one doesn't make sense. And the other guy, I don't know enough about.
I've heard of Evans more than I heard of Mayfield. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, Baker
Yeah.
Mayfield was he was originally Cleveland's starter quarterback, like five,
Now, see,
4 or 5 years
that
ago.
would make sense because that would let me guess. He was on a team. He was QB when what's his name? Oh, I
Odell.
thought about. No, he was a receiver.
Apparently,
Odell
apparently
Beckham
made
Jr.
signing with
receiver.
the Mayfield signing with the Falcons. Um,
I can't remember. I had a friend back in the day when I was playing Madden. He was a huge Browns fan. He always talked about this one freaking receiver, and I just can't remember his freaking name.
Are you
It
sure
actually
it's
got
not
me watching him for a while.
Are you sure it's
Baker
not Odell?
Mayfield was the Browns quarterback from 2018 to 21.
Okay,
Then he
no,
was the
definitely.
Panthers quarterback for 22.
Nope, never mind.
Then he got traded to the Rams, and then he was the Bucks quarterback last year.
Oh,
Nope, and then it's not because I think what I'm thinking is 10 years ago at least,
yeah, it couldn't have been.
or well, within the last 10 years, but I don't think it was the last 5. I don't remember the last time I talked to Uriah.
But so the signing with the
Uh,
Buccaneers made no sense then. Like to have dead cap space with him.
Didn't you?
I mean, his completion percentage is, or was for last season, 64.3%. I mean,
Well, no, but I'm talking about his like his dead cap space. Like they shouldn't have signed a contract like that.
shouldn't have, but they did.
So they're more than what 14 million in the hole starting this year. Does do drafted players go against the cap space?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know if that actually went
I am
towards
positive.
like,
Venom, would you look that up, please?
because I couldn't remember if that like went towards.
If drafted players affect cap space,
Yeah, because I
Alright.
do believe that their salary does go against cap.
I mean, it's not a whole lot, or a whole lot in the grand scheme of millions.
That
of
or
dollars,
it was
but-
something like draft depends on what's left in. Because I know there's contract signing.
Well,
after
there is
the draft.
contracts, but it's like with Mac Jones, he doesn't have a huge like contract technically with like the Patriots. So once it's like the 5th year thing, if you get
once
recent-
drafted, draft picks are assigned a tender equal to the rookie minimum salary for that year. So yes, it does affect cap space.
so it doesn't. So it doesn't go in. It doesn't affect your drafting. So you already have it You should already have that like figured in, I guess.
Yeah. That tender amount is replaced by the player's actual salary cap number once the draft pick signs his rookie contract. So you can be drafted, but not sign the contract, and it wouldn't affect the cap space
Yeah. So that would have
any more so
that
than the
would be,
minimum salary.
an Eli situation where he was drafted by the Chargers and then traded to the Giants.
Yes.
Wind his way into being traded to the Giants. But we won't go into that.
So the rookie pool is 795,000 for this year. So it's gone up $90,000
The cap space went up
in 2 years.
as well for this year. Which I think what went up in like cap space, like the Buccaneers already blew it in dead cap space. So they don't even get
But-
like the benefit of like the cap space being elevated this year.
I mean, shit, it's nobody's fault but their own.
No. I mean, obviously, like you sign contracts like that, it's risk reward, and at least one of them I think was stupid. Evans, I can
Yeah.
kind of understand. Like, you think he's been around here for a while, he would stick around, but to me, he's the he got the itch with the Super Bowl. He wants to be able to get another one before his career ends, which he doesn't have much longer. I mean, he's what, 30 something? I think, or somewhere
Yeah.
around there. So he doesn't have a whole lot left in the tank. So he's kind of one of them players that's gonna sign to a team that's gonna have a Super Bowl run. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he signed to like, oh, what the fuck would it be? Leave the NFC and go over the AFC. I'm trying to think of the team that is on my. I won't think. of it.
Mayfield's supposedly siding with the Falcons.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Oh.
That's not going to help the Falcons.
I mean, he did have 4,000 something yards this past season.
Yeah, but the Falcons can't even help the Falcons, so
Well, I mean, they could have if they hired fucking Uncle Bill.
yeah, but they didn't.
Nope. Who do they hire instead?
I can't remember.
And that's why the Falcons are gonna stay the Falcons.
Well, I think we're pretty much done with that topic.
All right. We're going to move on to Matthew Slater announcing his retirement.
The captain.
Little late on that one, but
I mean,
better
quite
late than
late.
never.
Quite late. I mean, personally, to me, he was like the Patriot player. Obviously next to Brady. Like, when you look at the Patriots, like, Slater's kind of one of the guys you think of.
I mean, shit, dude, he played with the Patriots for 16 seasons.
I mean, it was all on special teams, but still, he made like hella plays on special teams that like changed like the game for what was gonna happen. He was a team captain. He was the ultimate motivator on the team, I think.
Shit, he came out of UCLA?
Yeah.
I did
And
not know that.
for me personally, if a special teams player is gonna go into the Hall of Fame, I think Matthew Slater deserves the Hall of Fame. He's not first ballot, but he deserves to be going to Hall of Fame.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're gonna feel that on special teams when he's not there. Next season, our special teams is gonna struggle.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard when you know someone is going to be there through and through, and then all of a sudden they're just fucking gone.
But after next year, he could always come back as special team coach, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, shit, at this rate, it's probably going to happen.
I really wouldn't be surprised
No.
if he wants to continue that.
I have to give him props. 16 years with one team, his whole career with only one team. I have to give him credit for that.
And to be a special teams player that wasn't a kicker, that is relatively well known.
Yep.
Like, he's making plays. Like, when the ball's kicked and the guy's catching it, he's literally there making the tackle on the dude.
Yeah.
I would not want to be in a foot race with Slater.
Man, I remember playing one of the Maddens years ago, and I had the Patriots for my ultimate team. I had whatever little Bush League thing we were doing, and I traded Slater midway through the fucking season for something. And my season instantly went to shit. Like, it went that fucking quick, bro.
There's like there's 3 special teams players that like come to mind when you think of them. It's Matthew Slater, Vinatieri, and Pat McAfee.
Yeah.
Like them.
I will say, I'm looking at Matthew Slater's photo from a few years ago on
is that when he got his
on this
touchdown?
website, and he's got the glasses on, dude. You throw a little Caesar cut on him or something, man. He look like fucking Wayne Brady. That's fucking awesome.
He's definitely my favorite guy, like, in the league. Like, I don't think you could hate him. Like, there's nothing he's ever done to be like, I hate you.
I mean, shit, dude. He comes from good stock too. I mean, his dad was
A special teams player.
fucking Hall of Famer. Yeah, Hall of Famer. His dad went third round in the '76 draft.
He was like literally
mean-
the epitome of do your job.
Yeah.
And now he's gone, which is sad. It was supposed to be. I really feel like it was supposed to be last year was supposed to be his last game. But I think I honestly would feel like if you went back, you would see that probably Belichick had a hand in keeping him around for that last season. 'Cause I really feel
Probably.
like last season was supposed to be his last season, and it wasn't.
I mean, Bill was probably like, "Listen, this is gonna be my last season. I want you here,
Yeah.
someone I know." 10-time Pro Bowl attendee, 2-time All Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champ.
I mean, he's the GOAT when it comes to
Yeah.
special teams. I 100% believe he's Hall of Fame worthy. He's not necessarily first round, like our first ballot Hall of Famer, but I feel like Hall of Fame worthy.
I mean, he's got 3 things going for him his dad never got.
Which
That's 3 Super Bowl rings.
that's true. He's definitely Patriots Hall of Fame.
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
If Kraft doesn't put him in there, then
He's a fool.
the stadium needs to be burned. Okay, so move on.
Absolutely.
All right, Belichick still in headlines here and there.
Yeah, he is. He's always going to be in headlines until the end of the season, I think.
Oh yeah, accepted a 2-day gig in April from the 5th to the 6th at Nebraska University, as a headline speaker in an X's and O's clinic.
And so basically just being a teacher.
Oh
Pretty
shit,
much.
I mean the Cornhuskers need anything they can get to help them on the field, dude. They haven't been a fucking sorry to say this, Whitley, but they haven't been a relevant team in I don't know how long.
Well, at least Belichick's going around giving around his wisdom, considering all the years he's been in the game.
Yeah. I mean he's a bad motherfucker. When it comes to football, he is the PIMP. He is the player in the management profession.
And honestly, I don't have much more on that.
The only other thing is, according to his son put out a. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm sorry.
No. Stop!
Stop what? I don't know what just happened.
Wrath just had like a bunch of stuff coming through his mic.
Oh no, that was
I
me.
heard a bunch of stuff coming through.
Okay.
Yeah,
Someone
Yeah,
else.
It was your headset that was going off, Wrath. Or at least on my screen it was.
Yeah, because I was trying to talk through that shit.
Oh.
But according to his son, he's eyeing a few sportscasting jobs. Which I mean, granted, he's got a lot to say, and any commentary he's gonna have is
I would
gonna be
feel
fucking
like
beautiful.
his best role would be like an after action, like after game report of like a breakdown of what happened on each team.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where he would like shine the most. Just after like watching like years of him being on like what was that Patriots show? Or that show that just went over all Patriot stuff that had Belichick on it all the time. That would like describe like each thing, like that happened during the game. That was like a turning point.
I know what you're talking about. It was something through Nesson.
Yeah, I just can't think of what it is. If somebody knows, like, put it in the comments down below. But
That would be great.
but I feel like that would be something like they could use Belichick for, like on like the NFL Network, and just like,
Yeah.
have him, like just have like former coaches that like were. That would be a pretty good show. Like have former coaches like Belichick.
Yeah. What network is Saban going to?
ESPN, ain't it?
Because could you imagine the two saltiest motherfuckers in football having a sports talk show together?
That'd be pretty cool.
You know how fucking awesome that would be?
That'd be pretty cool. Then Saban can jibe at Belichick how he actually was able to use Mac Jones and Belichick wasn't.
He is going to be an analyst for ESPN.
That's what I thought.
ESPN's College Game Day, and he's also going to be covering the NFL's draft.
Wow, so that's coming up real
Sure.
soon.
So we might get more professional stuff with Saban depending on how he does with the draft.
Yeah,
I wonder how bad he's going to choke on his first day.
I doubt it. The guy knows football.
This man's always just looking for the worst in things.
Hey, you know,
But
he's
hey,
a
I
high
think-
pressure man.
I still think that would be a pretty badass show that the NFL Network needs to make.
Oh yeah, dude, Saban and Belichick, man. We need to start a petition
Well,
for
not-
that shit.
Not
dude.
even
Watch
necessarily like just
Hey.
Saban and Belichick. Just like Belichick, you get some like former great NFL coaches, like have like 4 of them just going over like
Yeah.
plays of the like throughout the week, and it'd be pretty freaking badass. Have it on a Wednesday
Yeah.
night, a dull night, or Wednesday or Tuesday night, a dull night for football. So
Yeah.
it'd be pretty. See, NFL Network needs to hire me.
I'm pretty sure they already have a guy hired that does what you do, and they keep telling him no.
Yeah, well, they need to listen to him. That'd be a pretty good show. I would watch it, just to watch.
They
like,
need to start. They need to start
coaches.
listening to Terry and marketing.
just to watch
And
coaches
moving
like break down like
on.
certain plays. Like that would be pretty. That'd be a good show.
I think it would.
Like turning points on certain plays. Like what happened here for this player, for this to happen and that to happen. Like you could even have like players like in on it that have been in and on those positions that like it's a good show.
Yeah.
In my head, it's a great show. How much does Belichick cost? I need to get him.
We need to get him on the podcast now. All of a
Alright,
sudden,
we're
doo-doo.
We're gonna continue along the lines of Patriots here. Hightower, new inside linebacker for the
linebacker
Patriots. Coach. Thank you. I almost forgot the most important word there, coach.
Yeah, he's already been an inside linebacker.
Yeah, I was about to say, I just literally listed what he was. Forgot the
really
words. Sorry. I knew what I
good
was talking about, I
Inside
swear.
linebacker coach, our inside linebacker player, but
All right, Mr. Patriots fan. So, what do you, and please be realistic, don't give me some fantasies here. Be realistic. Him not having any real coaching experience, how well do you think he's going to do?
I think he's gonna do great. if
Super
you
Bowl, baby. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh, God. See, like I said,
See,
none
no.
of that delusional crap.
So, like, if you go back and you watch like Hightower actually like talk to people like on the sidelines, I think he's gonna do great. Like, cause just
I
being a
was hoping you'd
captain,
bring that up.
just being a captain is kind of coach ish.
Yeah.
So like, he's got that experience in with him. He knows some of the players. He's got a pretty good linebacker core that's not gonna really need a whole lot of coaching. Just moved and like tell them how to fix certain things. Like, I think he's gonna do great, or not great, but he's gonna do good. Like, he's gonna be
Yeah.
a good coach.
You don't think that he's gonna struggle a little bit with the change of being on the field and seeing it unfold versus sideline the whole time?
He might, but that's growing pains. So
You also got to think
That's
too.
how you give realistic answers, Venom.
You also got to
Not
think
freaking
too.
delusions.
You also got to think too. He's a product of Nick Saban.
But I will also say, I think we're gonna have a really good linebacker core, just because of that. I think we're gonna have a pretty tough defense next year. I'm not gonna say
I
number
agree.
one.
I could see your linebackers, and I could definitely see more of pressure on QB under his tutelage, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
I'm just
I
going.
don't know about the safeties and the corners, though. I'm sorry.
They weren't terrible last
They weren't
season.
terrible, but they weren't great. They
But
were
I
mid.
will also go with we're getting Judon back next season. So he's literally the best linebacker we have on the team. He's prior year before he got hurt this year, he was he led the league in sacks the year before, so not this year because he got hurt, but the year before that, he led the league in sacks. So that year we had a pretty damn good defense with mediocre-ish corners and safeties. So that's why I'm going to go with that. I think we're going to have a pretty good defense, and I will say not number one, but we will be top 5 in defense. If we're not top 5, I'm going to cry.
We'll see once preseason hits.
No.
Yeah.
No. You won't see when preseason hits.
What you thinking later in the season?
No, preseason is a joke.
Preseason is a joke?
Yes.
Yes. And yes, and I know why, because they don't start. But it's usually game 4.
That one, like the very last like preseason game, I will agree with you, is like
That's why I'm saying we'll see by preseason. I was gonna say during training camp, but
no.
You're not gonna see how they do in game and training camp versus yeah. Because first, I don't really watch preseason. I don't go out of my way for it. I never have.
I watch it if it's on and I got nothing to watch.
Like I said, I don't go out of my way for it. I'm not saying I've never watched one. I just don't go out of my way. But starting second, third stringers, in which I get why you do it. One, you don't want to risk everything when it doesn't matter, and 2, you need to know who's going to shine.
But you also
or at least have an idea of the shine. But
okay, I understand preseason, but from a viewer standpoint and also record standpoint, I've seen teams go 4-0 in preseason. Lions, I'm looking at you, and go 0-16 in the regular season. So preseason's really just kind of a.
It's game 4. That's why I said preseason. Bye preseason.
But
like I said, because game 4 does they do have to play because they do need to be ready.
Yeah.
And that is the last game, and they don't see a full game. they see maybe half your starters.
If that.
But still, just seeing how the starting lineup for the defense, especially the linebackers, operates, or even just looking at this at a coaching standpoint, you could tell a lot by how his second and third stringers will do it too. If you actually think about it, are they going to be as good as the stars? No, but you're going to see his style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How he plans on moving them. And yeah, sure, it does depend on who's in that lineup too, and how you adjust, and play calls you make. But still, there'll be signs. Mid-season, we will definitely hit more back on them seeing where they sit in the defensive game for sure, because we should have a very good assumption by that point.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm gonna blow up your itinerary here. I'm gonna throw an audible just because of the draft. It wasn't thrown in here, but in talking about it, the draft's gonna change like a lot of what we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
And depending on who gets drafted to each team is gonna change a lot of things.
True, because there's a bunch of high prospects out there this year, and I understand that. But that goes with any year, though.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. It depends, I guess. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. Yeah.
Because, yeah.
When you're
But would you have?
what?
I was gonna ask, what else did you have for the draft? I
Other
thought you
than
had more,
just
and I cut you off.
trades are starting to be made like already for the draft, so that's gonna happen. There's you gotta look at each team like for next year, like what do they need?
Don't we got trades going on right now too?
Yeah. The the not the Browns, the Bears just made a trade, but I can't talk about it because I can't remember it. So, and I can't go back into it because I never put it in the chat. But the Bears made a trade with a team, and then I can't freaking think of another team. I know there was another one, but I don't want to delve too deep. We can actually like next week make more of a plan to talk about the draft next week.
Yeah, we could definitely do that.
But I'm just gonna leave off with you gotta look at like each team, like right now what they are in desperate need of. I'm gonna go with talking with the Patriots. We're not in desperate need of a quarterback. We don't need to draft one. We need to draft a good wide receiver, and then
a decent corner.
A decent corner, fix the O-line, and find a quarterback in free agency or some other way, or later on in the draft. We don't need a first round draft pick used on a quarterback because Mac Jones was a first round quarterback we drafted, and look what happened. So I'm gonna leave that there, and we can move on if anybody else wants to move on.
I don't honestly have much more. We asked some of the questions everyone's been asking. Venom, I'm gonna move this on to you because this is a you thing, isn't it?
It can be. NASCAR kicked off. For the first time in forever, the Daytona 500 was on a Monday instead of a Sunday. Due to a rain delay.
But understandable, yeah. They are traveling at like 200 miles an hour.
200 miles an hour, yeah. Could you imagine going into the first left turn and then all of a sudden everybody just fucking spins out?
I mean, everybody did.
Yeah, I was gonna say, isn't that what happened with 9 laps left?
Yeah. I think I sent you guys the video,
I
but
watched it. or I've
From
seen
that,
it at some point.
from the POV that I saw, it looked like whoever got nudged ended up going flying over the pack into the fence.
They
But I
went-
don't think anyone actually went flying. I think it ended up being like a fender flare or some shit.
Yeah,
but
that's what it
from the look
was.
of it, from the
So-
look of it, from my angle, it straight up just looked like a car went flying into the fence.
So what ended up happening, from what I remember watching, is one car came down, or a car was trying to pass, and I think,
I think it was number 8.
yeah, and the car in front of him moved and caught him, and he spun out and went down into the grass. I think somebody's got to watch the video because I can't remember if I'm right
I
or wrong.
am.
I'm looking it up right now.
I'm
Uh,
watching right now. It's just.
It was Alex
uh,
Bowman that caused it.
What number is he?
I'm not entirely too sure. The guy that won it,
Maybe it
the
was
guy
number
that won it
6.
is number 24. Bowman's number 48. But Bowman was bump drafting Byron, and Byron lost control, turned into somebody else, and then just wrecked the field.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's. I don't
Yeah,
know why I
he-
thought somebody was trying to pass, but yeah, that's starting to sound
Yeah,
more
he
familiar.
he pitted number 6 towards the wall, which is what caused it.
Yeah.
Yeah, number 6 hit numbers. I don't know this angle. I can't see who's who.
You
But
gotta
yeah,
love
that's
it though.
the car.
Isn't that all?
Byron and Bowman were the biggest beneficiaries of the melee. They escaped with little damage to their cars and went on to give Hendrick a 1-2 finish. So they caused it and then went on to win it. That's the most fucking Earnhardt Senior shit I've ever read, dude.
Isn't that like all anybody watches NASCAR for is to watch the wrecks happen?
Well, that's why you go to Bristol, because there's always a wreck at Bristol. Even the dirt race.
No, they watch everybody go around and take left turns.
No, you can't convince me that anybody likes to watch NASCAR and watch
On
a
TV?
quote-unquote
On
dirt
TV?
race.
On TV? No.
Hmm.
In the flesh, being shit faced, it's fucking awesome.
Well,
I went to a Bristol night race a few years back, and Jesus Christ, dude, I've never gotten so drunk before in my life.
well, yeah, I'm sure like that's cool, but I'm talking about like the people
It's
who
just
sit
a
at home and
giant
watch
party.
NASCAR. Nobody watches NASCAR. to
It's all old
watch-
people or people that used to race.
Yeah. Anybody who's watching
Or people that
NASCAR
race
is
currently.
watching NASCAR to watch an accident happen.
Yeah, and I
That's it.
mean,
That's-
in college we had a NASCAR fantasy league.
I mean, my parents used to
Ugh.
watch NASCAR, and that was literally the only reason they watched NASCAR was to watch the wrecks happen.
Man, that
Like, I can
fantasy league
literally-
was built.
I can literally remember like my mom being in like another room, and a wreck
Yeah.
happening, and my dad yelling like, "Oh, there's a wreck! There's a wreck!"
And then what was it? We had the Atlanta race yesterday, and Suarez won that one, but I didn't see anything crazy go on at the Atlanta race. Like, I didn't hear of any crazy accidents or anything like that.
Well, sounds like NASCAR was a bore except for that wreck.
Welcome to the club.
It's literally like I just said, the only reason anybody watches NASCAR.
Just
Alright,
might
I
as well
guess-
go get a pillow and a blankie
Take a
and
nap.
take a nice
It's
nap.
not fun.
Yeah.
Like I'm sorry if you like racing. NASCAR is literally the most boring thing to watch unless a wreck happens, and you hope
It-
nobody's hurt. But like that's it.
Yeah,
It's
the
that,
only
fun
reason
in
you
that
watch.
person.
that's
You might
your
as well
view
watch.
on it, though.
It's
That's
Man,
fun in
your
that's
view.
not
person.
just my view. That's a lot of people's view.
Well, yeah, but it's still a personal viewpoint. Because I'm gonna say, if it's on, I'm watching. I'm rooting for somebody to pass somebody. I find entertainment in it. I don't go out my way to watch it, but when it's on, it's on.
Yeah,
I'll
but
get into it.
they're taking left turns, man.
Yeah, but still,
Ooh,
Granted,
a left
I
turn.
guess
granted, they're
I don't
doing
know.
it
I
at like
come from a
200
car
miles an hour.
background. I come from a family of driving
So
fast.
I don't have anything
So
against
I guess
racing.
that's
And
maybe why it's appealing. You know, it's the same thing of watching someone run around a track.
but I don't want to watch that either.
But see that once again, that is a personal opinion.
But I don't have anything against racing in itself, like F1. Like I think that's pretty cool.
Same
F1.
thing.
No.
Okay, they get to take right hand turns. I understand that.
F,
But
F
still,
so F1 and like Euro racing is way different than NASCAR. With NASCAR, you barely have to turn your fucking wheel, dude. Your cars are aligned so specifically, you barely have to use your wheel.
Yeah.
F1 is
Oh,
if you look into it, F1 is a way like if you're into racing,
the driving technique
F1
is different. Yes, I understand. The basis
F1
of
is more entertaining.
I wasn't trying to say that they're the same exact thing. I know that there's shit. You got to brake in F1 a hell of a lot more. The speed is a lot different. I know. That's not what I'm trying to compare. All I'm saying is a race is a race.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter the form. It doesn't matter if it's an oval. It has
I
turns.
don't know, man.
You have to slow down. A
What's-
race is a race. Some
what's-
people get into that stuff.
What's that race like? I was talking to a guy at work like a month ago about a race that literally it's a motorcycle race that has casualties every year.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
What the fuck's it
Yeah, I don't
called?
either.
It's got to be some MotoGP shit.
And there's always wrecks and
It's-
shit happening in that shit.
Yep.
It's like almost guaranteed like somebody's gonna die that year.
Yeah.
They're
But
like apparently like
that
that's a cross.
and that's the other
like,
thing though too. Well, I guess that fits your argument. Never mind. Continue.
But
Apparently
it's also
in MotoGP, there's only been 8 deaths
Which
since
is very surprising
1951.
if you've seen some of those wrecks.
Dario Ambrosini was the first one in 1951, and the last one was Marco Simoncelli in 2011.
See, I find more entertainment when it comes to racing as drag races, and that's just a straight line.
so I find
Yeah.
more entertainment.
But I enjoy that.
when I
I'll
was-
go out of my way to watch that.
When I watched
Well,
like
drag
races,
racing's a lot more
I
too, you
watched,
know.
like certain races, like off-road races. Like I think those are pretty cool.
Like rally races.
Yeah,
Rally
like-
races.
Yeah.
Those are definitely. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Well, I'm not.
I'm just
not
saying, you
I'm
know,
right.
you,
I'm
you
just.
just got to remember that there are other viewpoints. So, as yes, you do believe that, I do feel I have to defend the others.
But I also feel like NASCAR is the most boring out of all of them.
But we're gonna move on from this now.
Yeah.
No, we're still
B,
talking about NASCAR.
Nope, we're leaving NASCAR now.
What about
Race Hill, Praisdale, brother.
all we got is jerseys? What's up with the jerseys?
No, there's a lot more.
Jerseys, a lot of complaints about the jerseys.
Dude, the
People
new
going for
jerseys look like shit.
fabric. Yeah, and they're made by Nike too. But the
Well, they have
MLB
been for, like,
logo
the last
being in
10
the back
years.
now.
A lot of the
Stitching of
logos are
logos not being in the jersey or some shit like that.
yeah, they're not embroidered into the jersey anymore.
Yeah, that's what it
They're
was.
it's like a patch. Like it's so fucking dumb. Like, it's fucking dumb. And you want to know what Nike's response was to it? Oh, well, once the players and the fans wear them for a little while, they'll get used to it. Fuck no, dude. Give me an OG Red Sox jersey any day over this new bullshit.
Yeah, it lost the whole throwback appeal to the jerseys. Some
Yeah,
say as
like
well.
it's. I mean, granted, now, like the jerseys that I have are gonna be worth way more than what they were when I bought it for, just because it's like that OG fucking style, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm never selling my fucking jerseys. I'll die with my Johnny Damon Red Sox jersey in my possession.
So
Even
you're
though
telling me if
I'll
it's
come
ends
he's
up,
a
over and
traitor.
burn that for you.
so you're telling me if it becomes like worth like well over $1 million, you wouldn't sell it?
Nah. I mean, dude, I got an OG fucking game worn Chipper Jones jersey that's autographed in a shadow box. I'll never sell that shit.
See,
I don't care how bad I'm hurting for money.
I don't
Mike,
know.
even if you did decide to, you wouldn't be able to, because when it does, I'll be over there stealing and selling it myself.
But also with MLB, other than the shitty fucking New Jersey, spring training kicked off. And that first game, it was a complete and utter blowout by bottom of the first inning. That shit was absurd.
Who was playing?
I was tuning into it while I was at work. It was Dodgers and Padres. And by the end of the first inning, the Dodgers were up by 8. The final score ended up being 14-1. It was just donezo. Like, just pack up and go home, boys. Like, it was bad. And then they faced off again the next day.
Is that a
And they
bad-
still lost.
Is that a
They
bad
still
sign
lost.
of things to come for the baseball season?
Is there what? Sorry.
Is that a bad sign of things to come for the baseball season?
Yes and no, because spring training is just like every other preseason event.
Yeah, but you got the
You
shitty
have
jerseys.
you got
you got the
you got the
bad-
shitty jerseys, the shitty hot dogs, the OK beer. No, I mean you have all your minor league players coming up, trying to make a name for themselves so they can get on the final roster. You know, like it's a chance for the new guys to come up and get scouted for play on the teams is pretty much all it is. And it's also a chance for the old heads to teach the young guys new shit. Like, I don't even know if it was the Angels that got that new Japanese player, I think, wasn't it? Or was it the Dodgers?
I have no idea.
He's a pitcher, and he's the highest paid professional athlete. But I can't remember. Yeah, Otani. No, he plays for the Angels. Which it'll be very interesting to see how he goes. How he performs in spring training. Now, granted, this isn't his first season, but now that he's got all that money behind him, it's going to be interesting to see how he carries himself after that. Now, granted, he's not Wild Thing, you know. I don't think he's going to be going out and partying and doing a bunch of crazy shit, but I mean, money does change people. And sometimes not for the better. But yeah, those first 2 games for the Dodgers were insane. I mean, the Red Sox always do shitty in spring training. I think we've played 3 games. We've only won 1.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
I guess like slowly baseball coming back around.
Yeah.
And spring's coming. Thank fucking God.
Yeah, I
Um,
just inquired with one of my buddies earlier. I was like, hear anything about anyone looking for anyone for softball this year?
Mm.
I'm looking to play again.
if you lived closer, I'd tell you to let me know when you hear something. But I mean, shit, dude, you have like 16 games a day until opening day in what is it,
Crap.
April?
That is so many freaking games.
Yeah. It's literally like I think their only off day maybe Sundays. Nope.
You're like, nope, immediately. They're
Yeah.
playing.
Yeah, there's quite literally like at least 16 games a day until the beginning of the season. Um which I mean, if you have the ability to watch these games like ESPN Plus, Nesson, uh, Bally Sports,
The ability
you
and
know,
the time.
any way to watch these games, this is where you're gonna get your know-how for how the season's gonna play out.
Yeah.
And I was very strongly contemplating scrapping my ESPN Plus subscription, but now that spring training's back, or well, just baseball in general, um, I'm gonna keep it around because
So you're gonna slowly think about that near the end of baseball season, and then football's gonna come back around, and you're gonna be like, "Ah, I should keep it."
nah, because I have YouTube TV, so I'm gonna get the NFL Pass.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, never mind.
Got you beat there. Oh, Joe, the Brewers actually won a game.
I was actually going to inquire, how did the Brewers actually do?
So, I'm trying to
I know the
see
first.
if they've only ever played. Jesus, if they've only played one game so far this preseason, and it looks like they had. They played against the Padres. Um, let's see, they played the Padres and won by 4 points, 11-7. God, I sound like a fucking dumbass. 4 runs. Sorry. Think that someone that spent half their life playing baseball would know that
Agreed.
too. But you guys got smoked by the Rockies yesterday, so 10-3. And then oh shit, the Red Sox actually won 4 games or 2 games, sorry.
Wow, this dude really can't read numbers today.
No, I can't. I forgot that they played today as well. So and then the Brewers lost today 8-3.
It
But
makes sense.
so far the Dodgers they haven't lost a game yet. Unless you count a tie, a loss.
All right, roast me if you want, but what about the Yankees?
You fucking nerd. Let's see. The Yankees played the Tigers last Saturday. Or this past Saturday. 22-10. Big surprise there. Everybody who I've seen interviews with that are a part of the Yankees organization are like, this is our year. Like we're bringing the pennant back to New York. But then they turned around and lost to the Phillies yesterday. And then did they play today? Then they beat the Twins 9-2.
But like you
So
said, doesn't mean anything. No one's really starting anybody, so
yeah, no, I mean, why? I mean, if they are gonna start someone, they're gonna pull him out in 1 or 2 innings. You know,
Exactly.
why chance having one of like your star players get hurt? I mean, not everybody's fucking Cal Jr. You know,
Yeah.
Power Jr. Is that what I just heard?
Cal Ripken Jr. played for the Orioles. Never missed a career start.
He don't know who you're talking about.
Nope.
He was.
I know who you're talking about. I did not know about the career start though.
Yeah, he never missed a career start. My granddad always made that a point to me when I was like, I don't want to play today. Just
I think my dad had a Cal Ripken card.
I
That's what
have
I know
Pretty
about him.
impressive. Like to never miss a career start.
Right?
yeah, I have one somewhere. He was a shortstop and third baseman. He played his entire 21 season career for the Orioles.
Even in, like, for like baseball, that's pretty impressive. Like, you have little likelihood to be hurt, but
Yeah. He or he didn't start every game of his career. He had 2,632 consecutive games. Which still is fucking absurd. I don't care how long your career is, dude. That's
a lot.
That's just insane.
Has anybody is there actually like an injury like list for baseball like at all?
Oh
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Other than somebody
Oh
being
yeah.
beamed with a ball.
Yeah.
Oh
What
dude,
the
there
heck?
are so many ways to get injured.
How? How do
You
you
do
get
know you don't just stand still, you know,
Other than
you do
pulling,
run,
like-
you do collide enough people, you do have the risk of the ball fucking hitting you
it's
at the
literally
plate and in the
seems-
field. There are plenty of ways to get injured. Just pretty much
I really feel like
as many
it's-
as football. I would say. I wouldn't say any different.
What?
Do you think, Dylan?
I don't
How are you
Sorry, go on.
paying that little attention?
You got to remember, people slide in the base. Do you know how many
No, I
times someone
understand
gets hit with the cleats?
I understand
Like, dude,
that.
you're
but
risking ankle injuries are huge injuries. Pulled hamstrings,
Yeah.
I don't see baseball
dislocated
be-
shoulders.
I just never saw
Um,
baseball as a high injury sport, I guess.
It is.
Yeah. I mean I broke my
Like-
leg playing baseball.
Like
I
hockey
split my
and like
lip in half.
our football, I understood, and like some of like soccer, like I understood, but
Maybe it was better to
Baseball, I-
compare baseball to soccer versus football.
in soccer, I'm just going with like you're trying to get the soccer ball from somebody and you just run into them, but I don't think that happens very often. But
Didn't your leg?
What?
Oh, I think my internet's
He's-
taking a
You
shit.
sound good now.
I was gonna say he's turning into a robot again.
I rounded first base wrong and shattered my fucking leg.
I guess when I played baseball, I never got hurt, so I just never understood it. I guess.
I guess playing it as a kid less likely because it is managed to not injure yourself, but in the adult leagues, yeah.
And I mean, you gotta think
get in
too.
that base.
Yeah, but like, how many times too have you seen someone get their fucking mouth split open, taking a ball to the face? You know, like I'll never forget the time watching Sammy Sosa get beamed and watching his helmet fucking split in half.
Hey, I'm just saying, I've obviously proven wrong here. I just never thought of it as one of them high injury sports, I guess.
And I mean,
We
hell,
literally
there's
just attacked this man on saying baseball. was
there,
that
there's
dangerous
more
sport.
there's more fights in baseball than there is in
Oh, yeah.
football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but football, you don't want to fight because you get like lit up and you're like, ow.
And you
I don't wanna
don't in
fight that guy.
baseball?
Not by a 200-pound like linebacker, no.
Bro, you get fucked up by a 200-pound designated hitter
I don't know, man.
who's got 22-inch arms. Who don't
Shit,
fuck around.
getting backhanded while someone's trying to tag you as you're going for a base play.
To be
Yeah.
fair, I would take the 200-something pound linebacker in a fight over a 200-something pound baseball player in a fight. Just saying.
Yeah, that baseball player's gonna fuck you up.
No, he's not. That
Bro,
linebacker's taking hits all the time.
I would put David Ortiz over fucking Dante Hightower.
Mm-mm.
Beat.
Like,
In a
wow.
heart.
Hey, man,
Said-
like
hold on.
he's
hold
taking
on, hold
hits
on,
all
gentlemen.
the time. Like, come on,
Hold on,
man.
gentlemen. If we're gonna talk about fights, let's just move on to NHL and let's talk about the Rangers.
Man, that was a doozy. That was a fucking doozy. That was easily fight of the year for me, dude.
I will say
That
one thing: I
fucking,
would not want to fight anybody from hockey because if they can fight on skates, imagine what they can do when they can stand normally.
When they have their balance
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah, dude. I mean that was just brutal.
Now this is a
There's
more
no
dangerous
way.
freaking sport, in my opinion.
Oh,
Any
yeah,
of the
no.
ones we argued about.
Hockey is
There,
like,
there was
number one. People have died
there's no
or come close.
people there was a dude that died playing hockey like 3 months ago. Got his neck slashed on the ice and bled out.
Didn't it happen before
3
that
months.
too? Like once before that.
It happens all the time. Well, not all the time, but it's not like a rare occurrence.
Man,
Probably happens once every 3 years. You know, next year the NHL is talking about implementing mandatory neck guards for all the players.
Not a
I
bad
don't
idea.
blame them. Like,
I mean, it's not. It took them fucking 60 years to mandate helmets,
I mean, you got.
and it was
like,
only for goalies.
then not gonna lie, like it's not necessarily like the worst thing because you've got like the NFL who's like making it a wimpy league, and the NHL's like, all right, we gotta stop killing people.
Well, the NHL's also getting to the point now where it's kind of starting to reflect what the NFL is doing. There used to be a lot more fights in the NHL. A lot more. I mean,
Yeah,
you
they've been locking
easily
down a
see.
lot of regulations on that.
That's because
Yeah.
they don't want to lose their star players to a fight.
For 5
Like,
minutes.
It's
For
more
5
of liability
It's
at this
amazing.
point.
Like, it's. I get making them wear helmets. I get making them wear a neck guard. I get making them wear a visor.
but let them fucking play the game.
But let them fucking fight, dude.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I
honestly.
feel the same way. Just like it's part of the game.
Like-
Just let them do it.
For those that are listening, I don't know if Mike has put the video up, but that fight went on for just shy of 50 seconds, and it was nonstop blows back
Blow
and
for
forth.
blow.
That is what hockey has always been.
I'm actually surprised no one spilled blood. I didn't
agree
get to
with
the
you
end of
there.
the fight, but I was definitely.
I mean, I can't even pronounce the Flyers dude's name, dude. Deslorius, some shit like that. The guy that ended up winning the fight. technically, because he threw the Rangers player to the ground. In the video that I watched, it almost looks like a tooth went flying. From who, I don't know.
Well, you don't know.
But
it was WWE. A guy had gum in his mouth and spit it out when he got punched.
yeah, yeah. But I mean, dude, like, the last Stanley Cup appearance that the Bruins had with Chara, he goes and beats the fuck out of somebody, then catches a puck to the mouth and shatters his jaw, gets his jaw wired shut, comes back the next game and plays, and fucking levels the dude that broke his jaw. What other sport is that gonna happen in?
I mean, it usually happens in football, but it used to.
It used to.
Yeah,
This
I
was
gonna
like 2 years
way
ago.
to go to correct yourself there. I haven't seen a freaking fight in the NFL.
Oh no, I'm not going
Since
with
I was
like
a
fights.
kid.
I'm going like with like grudges like between players. Like there used to be players who would like level like
Yeah.
the other player.
Yeah, but we're
just
talking about
because.
fights here.
I mean, they would turn into fights. But like you're telling me like Ray Rice is pissed off at you and he levels you. Like you're not gonna be like, ow.
We're talking about
Talking about
throwing
making a
fists.
tackle.
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
taking-
sorry.
I'm not talking about a
Are
tackle.
you
I'm
can
talking
keep
about like
you can keep
leveling.
comparing.
No,
You can
no,
keep
no, no,
comparing
no,
and
no,
saying you can even use the word leveling. But
No,
here's the
I
thing at the end
mean,
of the
like,
day.
knocking
They are all
your
padded and have a hard ass helmet.
No,
All right?
I mean like knocking your socks off. Like he's like hitting you with like you're gonna die.
All right, continue, Venom. I'm just not arguing this with him.
No, I'm going with like that was the kind of player he was.
Venom, save us.
You're right. He was a great player.
God, now you're contributing. Dude, you're doing what I
did
just did.
Did he ever beat the fucking brakes off of somebody's face? No.
Mm,
Venom,
I
why?
mean,
No,
not in a
he did
game.
not. And that's what we're talking about here, is beating the brakes off of somebody's fucking face.
Okay, no, I get that. I'm going with like football
Which
used to
brings
be
me to my
like
next point in hockey. The age of the enforcer is coming to a fucking end, unfortunately.
no,
with all these
th-
regulations,
that's the
them
comparison I'm
trying to
making.
pick up
Like
fights.
in like the NFL, you used to have like people that would just destroy like a player, and it's not allowed no more. And in the NHL,
It's allowed,
it's
but you
going
got to
the
do
same
it
way.
legally.
Yeah, no, like
Yeah, no. Even if they took fighting away from hockey, you're still gonna get people that get pissed off and are gonna board a motherfucker
yeah, I know, like
because it's a bunch of pissed off Russians and people in the fucking cold, like Northern Canadians, that have nothing better to do than punch birch trees and throw on fucking razor sharp scalpel blades to their feet and run across the pond as fast as they can carrying a stick and a frozen fucking hamburger patty.
I mean, I was just making
It's a
comparison.
different breed.
Like I was just making a comparison here.
It's a different breed.
I wouldn't want to fuck with any of them, but
If I had to choose between fighting a baseball player, fighting an NFL player, and fighting a hockey player,
I'd go with the baseball player.
I'd rather fight a hockey, or not a hockey player, shit. I'd rather fight a fucking football player than a goddamn hockey player or a baseball player.
I don't know about that, man.
You're telling me right now, if you had the chance to punch Eli Manning in the face and go 5 rounds with
Okay,
Eli
so
Manning, you
we're
wouldn't
going
do
with,
it?
like a quarterback, like
Quarterback, defensive lineman, I don't give a shit.
uh,
D-line will look at you, knock your fucking teeth out, pick you up, and hand you a beer.
So you're telling me you want to fight Troy Polamalu?
Yeah, that would be fun.
Dude, no.
That would be fun.
How many drinks?
He'd rock my fucking world, dude, and I'd enjoy every fucking minute of it.
I'm just saying, like, there's some football players who are a different breed, but I wouldn't want to fight Troy Polamalu. I would rather fight any baseball player over Troy Polamalu.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I posted it a little late though. But if you guys want to check it out, I posted it in our chat. I recommend turning down the volume. But one of my friends sent this to me. It was the Rangers Oilers game. And Connor McDavid just got an unbelievable goal. I mean, unbelievable goal from that same game that the fight was in. I mean, he weaved through 4 Rangers players and just fucking floated that puck right on in there. It's just... It's crazy to watch someone pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, when it's like something you don't see like every day, like, yeah,
It's just fucking wild.
that's like, I don't know what to compare it to, I guess. That's like on Rocket League, having 3 defenders and scoring a goal.
Yeah.
I guess that's like the only thing I could compare it to. I see. I
Nah.
really feel like I could get into hockey. It's so freaking hard to follow, and
It's a lot better now, with the new cameras and shit that they use. I was reading this thing on it. Apparently, there's RFID chips in the pucks now
yeah. Oh, yeah,
that the
sure.
cameras track.
I'm sure that's the same thing like now with like every sport, but
Yeah, but I mean, you're looking at something that's the size of like 2 golf balls duct taped together,
the size of a
opposed
hamburger,
to
not even.
yeah, it's like the size of like a
That's
double
like,
stack cheeseburger. You know,
So-
like it's compared to like a foot or a basketball.
right, like football, you can like sometimes the camera got confused on like where the ball
Yeah.
was going, but it was like very far and few between. Like it happened, but
I will say that the one sport though that has kind of nailed it ever since I can remember has been baseball.
yeah, I don't know how.
I don't know either. I mean, hockey I get because that puck will travel upwards of like 200 miles an hour.
And you
Yeah,
kind of have an
baseball
idea
is-
of who has the puck, like
Yeah.
somewhat, but
A
The
baseball's
baseball-
moving at half that, but
how do you know what direction
It's-
it's fucking going?
yeah,
How do you know
I mean,
what direction he just hit that ball?
I mean,
They get
really
so the thing with now that I'm thinking, it's more with the delay that we all experienced during the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's kind of how they do it. There's a significant delay on one end, so they already know where the ball went. So
Yeah.
that camera that was pointed that direction, they just edited it towards it. I don't know why that just popped into my head, but that's why. That's how they do it.
Yeah. But right now, for instance, I'm watching the LA Kings against the Oilers. And the puck just got deflected and jumped 4 feet into the air, going at like breakneck speed, and the camera never went off of it.
Yeah. So that's just the chip that you were talking about.
Yeah.
Hockey, I don't see how they would be able to have enough delay to be able to figure that out in time, but baseball, I can see the delay helping with the editing process of it
Well,
going live.
With baseball too, like you see it a lot in the highlights.
Yeah.
Like in your regular broadcast, like, you know, you have a general idea of where the ball went, you know.
Like you
But
see that certain player running towards the ball.
yeah, but in the highlights, fucking camera like it zooms in on it. You know what I mean?
Well, they have time in highlights to like edit that.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying is like you pick up on that more during like the highlights and stuff. But I mean, like hockey's just off.
No, if it wasn't for what you just mentioned, the hockey, that's why I never really could watch it. It was just hard to follow. Like I didn't know who had the puck at what time and what was going on. I
Yeah.
just never could watch it. And it's
Nah,
always been that way, and it's probably gonna remain that way in my head to just never be able to get into it because of that. Granted, if I get maybe watch 2, 3, 4 games or so, I could eventually get into it, but
where's the fucking slashing? Yeah, I mean, we're in the perfect time of year now for you to be watching hockey.
I don't know, man. I got draft shit going
Because
on, football. I got all kinds of
the
shit
draft's
going on.
not going on for another fucking month.
It don't matter.
Yeah,
You got
boys,
speculation.
let's get back on track. Let's get back
But
on
no,
track.
man.
Oh,
Hockey's in full swing right now. Everyone is biting for the fucking Stanley Cup.
Wrath is right. We have gone way off track. I'm surprised you let it go on that long.
Hey, I'm still talking about hockey.
Yeah, but we went way off track for really
Yeah.
way the fuck off track for a while there. Let's go into the OT win.
Oh, that was months back. McAvoy's. That I mean,
Oh, then why the hell did you? I didn't. You know, now I have to actually look at the dates
Wait,
of your post.
no.
I thought you gave me something new.
McAvoy's was. I got confused. Sorry, McAvoy's was from like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. I got to do some digging real quick. I mean, regardless, anytime I see anything OT win for the Bruins, I'm gonna send it to you guys.
All right. Send this personally.
It was
Don't
5
send that in
days
the
ago.
chat.
It was 5 days ago.
Anyway.
All right. What else you got on it, or do you got nothing? You're the one.
Where? Oh, here we go. I got it. I mean, it just shows. I think why I sent that was just to show you guys. Fucking, the Bruins are nobody to sleep on, dude. There's so much in that fucking franchise that
See, the
even on
Bruins
a
have always
shit
felt to me like the team that like they play up and down to their opponent.
Yeah.
Like if they're a really good team, they're gonna play really well. If they're a really bad team, they're gonna play really bad.
No, I agree. I mean, they lost in an OT last month against the fucking Coyotes, dude.
So it's just like I don't watch hockey enough, but I know enough about like the Bruins to know that they do that shit. Like if they make it
Yeah.
into the playoffs, they're gonna play well enough and then get into like the whole thing with like hockey's like to get to the Stanley Cup and win it. Like they just
I mean, dude, we've lost to Calgary the last fucking 3 times we've played them. Calgary fucking sucks. They're 28 and 25 right now. Actually, sorry, they're 28 and 30 if you account for OTLs. And we've lost to them in overtime the last 2 of 3 times that we've played them.
it's probably the last 2 or 3 times I put money on them.
Like I,
But anyway, like
There-
it's just, that's how I always feel about the Bruins. They're a good team. They're not a good disciplined team. If that makes sense.
kind of, but also like at the same time, you also got to think the Bruins are playing the Kraken right now. Hockey plays more games per year than any other sport.
Yeah. But you're a professional hockey player, so you better be conditioned for it.
You'd think, but I mean, you're always fucking tired.
No, I understand it. I really feel like other sports should just cut back on the amount of games they play.
If everyone went the NFL route,
The NFL's
we would be
getting
fucked.
longer. Like they just added 2 more games. Like in another what? 20 years they're gonna add what 2 more games? Like 3 more
Yeah.
games?
I probably won't be around in 20 years, dude.
Like it's just
They'll be bought out by the Arena Football League.
no, they won't. Oh my
Uh,
god! I really wish I would have sent this in the chat. It was it was football on ice.
Okay.
So hockey,
No, it's football. Like it's legit. Like
that's
end zones
ridiculous.
and everything. Like, but you're trying to play it on ice. It was hilarious. Like
That just sounds like a death waiting to happen.
it was-
Exactly.
no, there was no skates, no nothing. Just your bare feet trying to run on ice. It was hilarious. Like
Yeah, see, with my luck, I would fall head first through the fucking ice and fucking freeze to death and drown.
you're playing on like a hockey arena though.
You know, like most.
So if you're drowning in a hockey arena, you really fucked up.
Hey, you can drown in 2 inches of water, bro.
I understand that, but it was hilarious. Like it would be something I would just watch, just something to laugh at, like comedy wise. It was hilarious. I really hope it pops up on my phone again, just so I can send it to you guys.
I will say that the Seattle Kraken have pretty fucking good looking jerseys.
Man, I ain't worried about jerseys.
We covered the MLP jerseys earlier.
Hey, hockey hasn't changed their jerseys in fucking forever, dude.
All right, let's.
If they're gonna change anything, go back to the lace. Go back to the laces, man. Give me the old school lace up fucking jersey.
Why change what's not wrong?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. And the Patriots did that with their fucking jerseys. They fixed it when it wasn't broken.
Yeah.
I really wish they'd just go back to the jerseys before. Like that, I hate those fucking jerseys that they wear now. Like they look terrible. Whoever decided that the color rush should be our main jersey needs to be kicked in the nuts.
All right, and I'm gonna bring us to our last category, NBA. We have one subject in here. Who posted that? Who wanted to talk
All
about
It was
that?
me.
dunk contest.
The whole All-Star debacle, which has been argued for the last fucking 5 years. Fix it or get away with it.
I watched a video the other day with Stephen A. talking about how LeBron James fucked up the All-Star dunk contest.
Oh yeah.
Like how he felt like, because he never went into it or something like that. Stephen A. hates LeBron James. If you don't know, if you watch First Take, he
Well,
like
yeah.
has a hatred boner for him for some reason. But he says he's the reason why the All-Star dunk contest isn't what it was when like Jordan was doing it.
I feel like the dunk contest died when Dwight Howard put on the fucking Superman cape like he thought he was Shaquille O'Neal. But no, I mean, nobody watches the All-Star game because of dunk contests. First few were fucking awesome.
I mean, like it's cool if like you take it seriously and you have a reason.
But
to take it
everybody
seriously.
does the same shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's why it's less relevant now than it was when Jordan was doing it.
I mean, like I said, dude.
It's just all
Hey, I'm just.
timing and
I was just
aging.
putting out what somebody had said. It was not my opinion whatsoever.
It died with Howard. Well, Howard didn't die, but Howard killed it.
So he's gonna die soon. Because you just
Uh,
removed him.
Well, you know, I'd trade Dwight Howard for Kobe Bryant.
Can't do that.
Kobe Bryant brought something to the table.
Can't do that.
And hell, dude, Kobe Bryant felt the same way. I sent you boys that video. He goes into saying, you know, people didn't watch this for the dunk contest and for the 3-point contest and for the celebrity game and nobody watched it for that shit. They watched it because it was a competition between the best players in the Eastern Conference and the Western Conference. And everybody brought their fucking A game, and it was always a stellar game. Now, nobody wants to play in it. Nobody wants to do shit. Like, it's
the same way with
fucking
every
ridiculous.
All-Star game now. It's just nobody wants to try because why?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, what do you get out of winning the All-Star game now? Do you
shit,
get a
I don't know.
potential like?
Bragging rights?
Do you get to like? Yeah, but like, do you get a bonus in your like contract? No. Do you get a potential Hall of Fame nod? Probably not. If it's your only like All-Star game, it's like what do you get?
Get a pat on the
Especially
back.
with more like the more
It doesn't
contact
matter
sports.
what you get. You're contracted to play a game and entertain your fans. That is what
True,
you're
though.
that is what you're doing.
Not true.
And
though.
All-Star
You
is putting the
didn't
greats with the
choose.
greats.
You didn't choose
If you're
to
not
go to
doing
the All-Star game.
it
You
for the
were
game,
voted
you're
to
in
go
it
to the
for the wrong
All-Star
fucking reason.
game.
See, and I'm gonna get my 2 cents in since you got yours in, and then we're gonna end this because we're gonna get way off base. But the thing is, you wanted to play the game. You wanted to get paid millions to play the game.
For that
Play the game. You know when you went into the draft, when you signed your contract, you knew that there would be all-star possibilities and whatever other crap there is. I'm sorry. It's the same with the NFL and any other freaking sport that has this. You signed a contract knowing how this was done. You being a little whiny ass bitch, I'm gonna get hurt, in which NBA players really don't complain about because they usually give it their all when they actually play a game.
No, they don't. Not anymore. But I will argue you don't sign a team for potential Pro Bowl or All-Star game
Here's the
potential.
thing, though.
You sign a team to try to go to the Super Bowl. You don't
Yeah.
care
No.
about anything else
Here's the
But
thing.
outside
Each
of it.
player signed a contract because they love the game so fucking much. They've gotten to that point where people are willing to pay them millions of dollars to play the
You
game.
watch them
Yeah,
play
but
the game.
Okay, I'm playing
Play
No,
the game.
I'm playing devil advocate on this.
You're
You're
getting
a
paid for it
player
anyways.
that is signing a contract for this team to play for this team specifically. You are not signing a contract to play for a all-star team.
Okay,
You
I'm
are
gonna stop you
signing
right
to
there.
play for
That's
this
just
team, and it is
saying-
Hold
not in
on,
your
hold on,
contract
hold on.
whatsoever
You're
to
getting
go
paid
to
to play the
these
fucking
games.
game.
Okay, now stop repeating yourself.
You're
Here's the
getting
thing.
paid to play the
Yes,
game.
but when you sign that contract, you know how the NFL, which your team is now part of or is part of, that you signed a contract for, your team is part of NFL, which you know puts on the Pro Bowl.
I'm just
Which you know
saying-
that they, when you get asked, you play except for the team that is in the Super Bowl because they have a more pressing game, which everyone understood. But everyone else, you get your fucking ass out there, you play your goddamn game. You knew when you came in to sign your contract for your team what the whole entire league did. You know every event
I
you're
know.
supposed to participate in.
But that's not in your contract. Your contract states
Okay, all
for
right.
your no. I'm just saying.
We're done with this. You're
No,
just saying the
you're
same thing you just said 3 times already.
No, let me explain it more. You are
There is no book.
There is.
You're saying
No, there is.
you sign a contract with your team. You should only have to do what your team does.
No.
That is what you're saying. I just shortened it.
Yes.
Listen,
But
you're getting paid to play the fucking game, so play the goddamn game.
yes, I'm not against any of what you guys are saying, but I'm trying to on the other side of the fence of the players. Like I'm trying to have something here other than just stop being whine ass bitches. Like
Listen, when the second greatest basketball player of all time is saying make it fucking interesting again, make it competitive, put
And
your
play the
all
game.
into this fucking sport that you love so much, people should fucking listen.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but how many Pro Bowl games was Tom Brady elected to and he decided not to go to?
Probably
Every
all of them.
single one of them. So Brady should have been in every single Pro Bowl game, and he wasn't.
He should have.
Peyton Manning should have been in every single Pro Bowl game, but wasn't. Everybody
He-
ignores all that.
He should have.
So you're ignoring the great players. that-
We're not. We never once said I give them a pass.
No,
The only
no,
time I
no,
said
no,
anyone
I'm not
got
saying you
passed
guys.
is if
I'm
they
not
had a
saying you
championship game right
guys.
after.
I'm not saying you guys. I'm saying everybody gives them a pass for just not wanting to go because it's a pointless game. But get pissed off that the game sucks. It's like you all give these guys passes because they don't want to play because they didn't make the Super Bowl. But these are literally the best players on the team in the league, and they're just choosing not to go. So you go to the next best player in wherever, like for whatever positions, and they plug them in. So the game's not as good. And those players themselves aren't going to give it them all. So I just think they should get rid of the Pro Bowl game altogether because it's just dumb. And whatever extra money they get from doing all these little things that they do, well, that sucks. You decide you didn't want to do it no more, so we're not doing it no more.
I got a question for you. You love what the NFL is, correct?
Sure.
Then why should it have to change? I'm sorry. When I was a kid watching the Pro Bowl, they actually played except for those who were in the Super Bowl, which, like I said, makes sense.
No, I'm not arguing with you. Like, it was good then.
It shouldn't go away. It's y'all need to freaking grow your damn balls.
It doesn't matter because
fucking play. You're paid to be entertainers.
It doesn't
It's
matter,
like if Robert De Niro said, "I'm not gonna do that scene," he gonna get booted off.
No, he's not. But anyway, it doesn't matter because if they could just go and then not try.
All right,
like that's the thing though. So just get rid of it. Like, get rid of the Pro Bowl, get rid of All-Star games, just get rid of it. Like, and you're just gonna go. No, we're not, because we're still on the All-Star game. Just get rid of it. Like, there's no point to it no more. Because nobody wants to play in it. So
the NHL All-Star game is still fucking entertaining as shit.
Circles.
Okay, so that's good, but just get rid of.
There's two quote unquote All-Star games that suck ass, and that's the NBA and the NFL.
So if you're
MLB's is still fucking semi-entertaining.
If you're at the head of the NBA or at the head of the NFL, and you're looking at these two games that just aren't worth the time of day, just get rid of them. And then these guys that made money on these games that they played, they ain't gonna make that money. So now they're on a whole off season of not making that one game money. So just get rid of it. Nobody cares about it. So just get rid of it.
Nah, I think what the commissioners need to do is not enforce, but tell their coaches to tell their players to keep fucking talking shit to one another.
And another thing is, like, how do you
enforce shit talking
a player to go to that game that could
shit talking is what made the NBA All-Star game what it was.
Well, that's always amazing, but this is another point I want to throw out
there. Shit talking is what made the Pro Bowl what it was.
But now, who's to say that an all-star player isn't going to go out there and just start just so they can Marshawn Lynch it and not get fined or whatever and feign an injury? Like, oh, I'm hurt. All of a sudden, I can't play.
Oh, I'm hurt. Oh, wait, the trainer can't find shit wrong with you. Get your ass back out there.
Depends on who the trainer is and who are you to say in that time period that there was something wrong.
All right, here.
That's all I'm going with.
We're just talking in circles. Here's the deal: the Pro Bowl, the All-Star games, they suck now. Yes, they do. They need to be made better or gotten rid of. It is what it is.
Not give a fuck
until something is changed.
Like, yeah.
Like, to clarify, the Pro Bowl and the NBA All-Star games are trash.
Yeah, you can find players can find their way out of it, and it doesn't matter what you do. So let's just it's over. They suck. They're gonna suck. There's nothing they're gonna do. Nothing they're gonna be able to do. They suck. And this has been 3 Fools, 1 Brain Cell. Everybody say goodbye.
See ya.
Wrath, you're not gonna say goodbye?
Yeah. Huh? I took my headset off. I don't know what was said.
I said everybody say goodbye.
Peace. See you guys next week.